ever suffer from guilt as a parent, I don't mean like the little things, but kind of like the big things. Like as a parent, you just, like you feel guilty on a regular basis. Like the things you didn't do that you should have done, or the things other parents are doing that you're not doing, or, you know, just kind of 100 different things. Just as a parent, you feel guilty. Well, one of the things that I've run into as a parent in dealing with that is that oftentimes I'm way more aware of what I think should have happened or could have happened than my kids were. In particular, I shared a story recently about my youngest who had gone and done precision machinery as a class. And part of it, the work that class did was they were connected to these electric vehicle races. So it's really kind of a cool thing. But a lot of students who are doing that, had a chance to be a part of that. And it was really a big deal because you got to travel overseas and do some other stuff as a part of it. And so my son was really excited about doing that, and his teacher for the class, machinery class, basically told him like, hey, with the skills you've got in this kind of things, you're a shoo-in, you're gonna be on the team. So we were excited about that, and then kind of the rules changed a little bit, and they said, hey, we're gonna let some younger kids in, some 8th graders, and so we're actually gonna do interviews instead of just kind of picking people. And I was tempted as a parent, like, okay, I need to prep my son to go in and do well in the interview and all that kind of stuff. But I'm also one of those parents where I try and let my kids deal with natural consequences, make their way and deal with their own stuff. And so I don't do their homework for them. I don't write their papers for them. I kind of let them figure things out and learn sometimes the hard way. And so in this case, I decided, no, I wasn't going to prep him for the interview. Well, I was able to be in there during the interview, didn't say anything, and it didn't go well. I mean, it wasn't good. And I was sitting there thinking about the different questions that he was being asked and kind of how he should have answered them or what they were looking for. And I could almost predict all of them, but I didn't prep him. And he didn't make the team. And I was disappointed, and he was disappointed, and man, I felt just incredibly guilty. For years, I carried that guilt that I didn't do that one little thing because I felt like, I robbed him of this opportunity, when all I had to do was to, change my quote principle for a little bit to help the kid out. So finally, one day I mentioned that to him, like, hey man, I've always really felt bad that, I didn't help prep you for that interview so that you could have made the Green Power team. He said, what are you talking about? Well, the interview to make the Green Power team. He goes, oh, no, that was good. I was glad that I didn't make that team. Because I didn't make that team, then I got to do, and he named off a bunch of things. And he had this completely different perspective of that whole event than I did, where I was sitting there feeling super guilty as a parent for not having done something to provide my kid an opportunity that I thought he really, really wanted. He was way past that already. So that's what I'll offer to you, because I've seen it over and over again since then. Parents who are beating themselves up, feeling like they should have done something for their kids that they didn't, whatever. And then when they actually get around to asking their kids about it, their kids are like, no big deal. Now, part of that is the kids are pretty dadgum resilient and maybe have just taken a different perspective. But the other part of it may be that, we just sometimes focus on different things than what our kids are focused on. Now, if you're a parent who's been through divorce, like I have, there's another whole element of guilt that we carry because we couldn't make the marriage work or whatever. And we have to be very careful there, because a lot of times we can start overcompensating for what we have inflicted upon our kids. Two adults making a decision that impacts children that they don't have much control over. It's kind of an unfair situation for them. So just be careful, because that's the other side of it. On one hand, I'm saying we worry about things we shouldn't, and on the other hand, as parents who've been through divorce, a lot of times we just we go way overboard trying to make up for that, and we can create some bad things too. So don't let guilt drive everything you do. Let it be an indicator of maybe a conversation that needs to have happen, or a way that you need to rein you in, or something else. But just know that most of the things you feel guilty about, your kids aren't even thinking about or concerned about. So hope this helps. If you want to go deeper, just send me a message. We'll get you in a group. where we talk about these kind of things and think about things deeply and how to be better people, how to be better parents, how to be better business owners.